There comes a unique pleasure when driving into a field, unfolding a disc mower, engaging the PTO and hearing that beautiful sound as it winds up to full speed. Then slicing swath after swath of glorious green grass until it's all laying on the ground. Honestly, it's got to be one of the most satisfying jobs out there. And if you were to ask a group of farmers or contractors what their favourite tractor job is, I suspect mowing would appear at the top of many lists, and quite rightly so. Whether you're sat atop a trusty old 135 pulling a drum mower only downing an acre, or you're piloting 300 horsepower with mowers in every direction, it's that job that never gets old. So here we go again then, Lee.
Yeah, back with another FPM machine.
Exactly, the mowing.
Yeah, cutting some grass. We're not over heavy, but we've had sheep in here probably 3 weeks ago. Started to get in front of them, so we pulled them out. With this dry weather, it's starting to go to seed. So most farmers will tell you, cut it off then, because you're not really going to get no more bulk. You want the leafy, good sugary grass. So we'll cut it off. We're leaving a nice greeny stubble here anyway. Get some fertiliser on this, and hopefully a tad of rain, and we'll be away for a second cut.
Rain, what's that?
Yeah, something that should fall from the sky, yeah, but it's not falling today, that's for sure.
A little bit more cloud cover today, but...
yeah, a little bit more.
It'll make it easier for us filming.
Yeah, exactly. But no, like I say, we'll take this off, sort of start again, and hopefully it'll give us a good boost for a second cut. Nice little cut for that then. So yeah, there is heavier pieces down over the bottom end of the field, you might see in some of the footage, but like it's a bit lighter up here. But like I said, it's tidying it up to then grow again.
So we've got here the FPM DKK 340/8.
Yep.
So 3.4 metre mower,
yep,
which is just over 11 foot, isn't it?
Yeah, just over 11 foot in old school.
Fair big mower, really.
Yeah, good actually.
Single mower.
Yeah, don't take very long, you're soon getting across the field.
Yeah.
Soon clearing it. The 8 we're imagining relates to the 8, there's 8 discs on the bed on the front. This is a mower conditioner. So obviously once it's come over the bed at the front, it then goes through a conditioner, which we'll start back to front, but if you can see in under here, you've got the line there of all the conditioning tines. So obviously once it gets cut, it comes up and then it gets sent over the top of this one as this one's whirling round. And then it's sending it back through these sort of spreader guide plates. So obviously you can see all these are all adjustable. And then you've got your 2 wings as well, which is obviously, it all relates to how heavy the crop is. If you're gonna bring it in tight, if you want to hold moisture, or if you want it out wide to dry, or if it relates to, if you've got your tedder. A lot of tedders, obviously, they're fixed. So you want then, the tedder really wants to be, the 2 rotors of the tedder wants to be taken in the centre, or the centre wants to go down through between the 2 rotors.
To flick it evenly.
Yeah, so if you can obviously change all this, which you can, it's all movable, you should be able to get yourself a nice line ready for the next job. So like I say, comes over the conditioner. Like I say, if we take a step in front, we can go around the front and see the bed with all the knives and the disc on it.
Right, so in the front then, Lee.
Yep. So like I say, looking fairly traditional bed.
Yeah, very traditional bed, isn't it? With two blades. So obviously, a lot of mowers these days are 3-bladed.
Yeah, not a load, but most are still sticking with 2, I think, on the discs.
Yeah.
But yeah, the discs are fairly heavy built. You can see here, obviously, this is the leading edge. Mm-hmm. That one's obviously going that way, and that one's going that way. You can see they've got their extra weights. I'd sort of do this as 2 job. One, it would obviously prevent wear onto the bolt head, onto what holds the blade in. Yeah. But also it would then hopefully send it up a bit for the conditioner tines to catch it and send it over the top.
I see.
Fairly thick, well-built bed.
It is. There's a depth there, isn't there?
Yeah, thick and heavy. And then you've also then got a wearing plate under each section. Then,
yes.
On each one.
Yeah. So it's still boltable blades rather than quick fit blades.
Yeah, boltable. Swings and roundabouts. I'd say it's to probably driver preference. Mm-hmm. Once you know they aren't going to come undone, or they're not going to break free. Yeah. But obviously it's going to take you a little bit longer, perhaps, to change.
But for a farmer point of view, then contractor might be a bit different who wants quick fit.
Yeah,
possibly.
exactly. Yes, but, that's it.
Depending on what acreage you're doing, it'll be depending how often you want to change it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, and
what your ground's like.
Well, exactly. If you've got stony ground, that's when you're going to hit your blades, and that's where you're going to have trouble. But if most people now roll it, especially if they're going with the precision chop coming in afterwards, You don't want no stones in that or anything like that. So most ground now is prepared, ready for the mowing and foraging, etc.
Yeah.
But no, it's a heavy, like I say, heavy built bed.
And obviously we'll show you the transport positions and everything later on of how it all folds up and everything on the mower.
Yeah.
But we've had to do several adjustments, haven't we, to get it right?
We've changed different bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I've, like I say, when we were on the shorter stuff, I didn't feel he was clearing it away enough. So in underneath here, there's an adjustment plate, which is the distance between the conditioning time and this plate moves up and down.
Right, yeah.
So lowering it down should create more draft, so more up suction as such.
Yeah.
So I dropped that one and he started clearing it really well. And then we found that he was just leaving a bit of stubbles too long. And if we can sort of mimic this one here, you've got adjustments on your front skirt. So where we had it first initially set there, I felt the grass was coming in, hitting. The grass was then leaning over, so the blades were taking a cut at 45 degrees or more. And as it is then sprung past the grass and sprung up, so we actually came in, we adjusted it up to that fitting hole.
It's just on a pin.
Yeah, it's just on a quick lynch pin.
Isn't it?
We adjusted it up to there to give the grass more room to get in underneath without flexing over.
Yeah.
And yeah, made a real nice tidy difference.
Well, I think it's probably time we should let you do a bit more mowing.
Yeah, keep going. Go up and down the middle, see what we can find.
Right, let's do some more.
Yeah, fit this one down.
So FPM Agri-Mechanica produce a wide range of disc mowers, starting with their DK range at 1.3 metres to 2 metres, their DKF range from 1.6 metres to 3.2 metres, and the range we have here today, the DKK, comes in either 2.6 metres or 3.4 metres. The DKK rotary disc mowers have been designed and built for the larger farmer or smaller contractor markets. They're of a rear-mounted design and equipped with a floating cutting bed that adapts to the contours of the ground, delivering a clean, even cut across all types of grass and fodder crops. With the high-performance mower bed driven by a rugged tooth transmission engineered for reliability and built to take on long hours in the field without missing a beat. And the FPM stable is packed full of different machines, including tedders, rakes, flail toppers, power harrows, verge mowers and many more, and have been manufacturing agricultural equipment for over 60 years from their factory in Serbia, Southeast Europe. Cab view now then, Lee?
Yep.
Us is in here?
Yeah, all going well.
Yeah, happy?
Yeah, very pleased. Yeah, now we've got the cutting like tidy then.
Yeah.
And we can push on. We're doing 14k here. Yeah, making a nice tidy job of it.
Leveling some ground?
Yeah, it don't take very long actually. 11 foot. I was thinking it was 10 foot, but 11 foot. Yeah, we really do cover some ground.
You normally use a 9 foot.
9 foot. Yeah, we got a Lely 280. Which lovely mower.
Yeah.
No, this, like I say, you're absolutely flying around on the ground with this one now. Doesn't take you very long at all like that.
No.
So no, real pleased with that.
So we'd like to have behaves on the short work in a minute, I suppose.
Yeah, well, we're going to turn around now. I'm going to cut back up through to get rid of the hopefully short work, and we'll have some longer runs.
I see.
We'll see what we do.
So it seems that all your grass is on the ground, Mr. Warren.
Yeah, it's all cut. I missed nothing, I don't think.
No, well, not the mower that wide.
No,
compared to the other one.
exactly. Yeah, bad job if I did.
If you go back to your 9 feet, you'll start missing strips.
Well, you will, because you won't realise it, will you? Or you have to do that extra swipe. But yeah.
Yeah,
No, done a very good job.
that has done a good job, hasn't it?
Once we sorted out the settings, etc., but that's what they're there for, isn't it?
Yeah. And same with any mower.
manoeuvre.
You've got that fiddle to start with.
Of course
haven't
it
you?
is. Yeah,
Until you
definitely
get used
brand
to
new.
what your machine is and
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
the hang of it all. Yeah, no, very, very impressed.
But we got up, well, we was doing 16k happily over there, and like I say, ryegrass was up here going in under. He's made a clean cut of it, so yeah, real tidy job of it.
Yeah. Right, should we have a look at the headstock and everything?
Yeah, have a look around, because obviously it folds around
Yeah.
to the rear of the tractor, then folds up for its transport.
Yeah, so we'll show them how that all folds up in a
Yeah,
minute.
so you got your, well, I think it's fairly beefy headstock. When you're mowing, you've obviously got your stopper here, which obviously one on the ends, I'm lifting it up and down on a spool valve.
Yeah.
So that comes up and hits the stopper. But then obviously when we need to transport, which we'll show in a minute, it pulls up to release for the
You
transport.
just do that on your ropes on the
Yeah,
back.
you've got two ropes going into the cab. Obviously you can see them both feeding up into the cab. One is to allow it to fold right up.
Yeah.
And the second one is once it's folded up, it's clipped in position for transport.
Yeah.
And then when you want to let it down, you've got these two then to let them down and away you go that way.
Oh,
then.
I see, yes, yeah.
So, but no, the headstock's fairly well hefty built.
Well,
Looking in,
to be fair, same with all the FPM stuff, it does seem to always have a lot of iron in there, doesn't it?
yeah, following a trend on from the videos we've done before with it,
Yeah.
it does seem to stay that it is well built.
Yeah.
There's no giving in it like that, I
No.
don't think.
Well, the mower weighs in at 1450, did we say?
Yeah, 1450,
With the
yeah, ton and a
conditioner,
half, yeah.
Which, it's a fair bit of weight there, isn't it?
It is actually,
You
yeah.
wouldn't want a smaller tractor than this, would you?
No, there's times he wobbled a bit on the slopier stuff.
So it's obviously that's 180 horsepower, so yeah.
Yeah, this one is, yeah.
Obviously, you have got
yeah.
a bracket here and some pins. So I'm wondering whether there is like a weight frame or a weight block you can put onto it to be able to level that out.
Yeah, that would. It
'Cause
would
you can on other
contradict,
brands,
yeah.
can't you? You can see a weight block on the side.
That's it, yeah, you'd be able to fabricate something there. I would
Yeah.
have thought to be able to at least,
Yeah.
if you hanged 100 kilos on there, it'd make a fair difference.
It would.
One thing we was just overlooked, but you've actually got a different speed here for the conditioner itself. So that's 700 or back to 1,000. So that would obviously just how fast your conditioner is going, which in terms of conditioner is to beat the grass to be able to dry it easier and quicker. Obviously you've had straight mowers before in the past, like you say, you've done the videos on.
Yeah.
Some people like it conditioned, we tend to condition it. We probably won't touch this now, we'll just rake it right up.
As with some people who do it, they don't need a conditioner because they'll ted it afterwards
Well, that's
and
it,
don't
exactly.
see the need to,
No, this is it.
need to have a conditioner.
So it swings and roundabouts. But no, you've obviously got a gear speed there for your conditioner. If you don't want to hammer it so hard, you could just put it back to the 700 drive. We've had it in the thousands a day.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I think it's matched up all very well.
Cool. Right, let's fold it up. He's fair way up there, isn't he?
Yeah, 11 foot up, plus what's the clearance down here?
Well, another
3 or
4 there.
4,
isn't
yeah.
there? Yeah.
He is high, but
Yeah.
I'll lower him down on the link arms when I'm going along the road anyway. So, but we come up underneath all the trees and wires, everything here, no problem. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, he's folded up. And when you look back through with the front guard folded in,
Yeah.
he's running there about in line with the tractor.
He's straight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Up there. You see a lot of basic disc mowers, well, perhaps older ones. They always hang out.
Yeah, always use hanging outside. Later ones started to go across.
Yeah.
But then obviously now if you butterflies, they're both straight up.
Yeah.
But actually, as he's folded up and when he came back around, you feeling he tips himself back over.
Yes.
So the centre of the gravity is now actually in the middle of the tractor.
Yeah,
Although
true.
I don't look at the way it's all
But
up
it is,
there.
yeah. It's all there, isn't it?
But yeah, so no, very
Perfect.
good.
So that is another FPM video, all sorted, all done. We've done flail topping.
Yep.
We've done
Power
harrowing. Last year I done tedding and with one of their smaller mowers, which
Yep.
I'd mentioned earlier in the video. So those videos are on the channel. There's another one right here for you to go and check out now if you like this one. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Lee for cutting his
No
own
worries.
field with a new mower. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.